The book of Job is one of the strangest books in the Bible. It raises more questions than it answers. And yet it's a beautiful testament to the human condition. Job is a prosperous man, a man who feared God and shunned evil. Why him? He was a good man. Why would God allow this to happen? And honestly, the book doesn't really answer that question. My ways are far beyond anything you could imagine. For just as the heavens are higher than the earth, so my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. Would I blame God? Would I lash out at God? Would I choose to trust in God? The book of Job doesn't give us an easy answer, but it gives us a great example of someone who chose to trust in God, even when he didn't understand God's ways. But what it does do is show us Job's response. It shows us how he handled his situation. But Satan makes a bet with God that if he were to take away Job's prosperity, his family, and his health, that Job would curse God. So God allows Satan to do as he wills, and Job loses everything. His children are killed, his wife is widowed, and he develops painful sores all over his body. Throughout the story, Job questions why. And at first, Job isn't very graceful. First, he's angry and he lashes out at God. He says, "I know that you can do all things, and that no purpose of yours can be thwarted. I'm not asking you to fix my problems. I'm just asking you to explain yourself." And God does answer back. Doesn't answer right away, but eventually he does. Why did he allow Satan to test Job? The book doesn't give us an answer, but it shows us that even when we don't get an answer, we can choose our response. We can choose to trust in God. We can choose to walk by faith, not by sight. And his answer is basically, Job, you're not qualified to ask me these questions. You're not qualified to understand my ways. That's actually a pretty common thing for God to say. I ask you, therefore, out of curiosity, for I have no false hopes, that you would only consider my case and let me know what you have done with me. Is it a crime to appeal to you? To take offense when the wicked is secure in his ways and you make his posterity secure also? Job 23:13-15. He's saying, God, why do you allow the wicked to prosper? In Isaiah 55:8-9, God says, my thoughts are nothing like your thoughts, says the Lord. So why does God allow the wicked to prosper sometimes? When we read this story, we should ask ourselves, how would I respond if God allowed Satan to test me?